Frank retires at age 65 with $350,000 in his retirement fund, which earns a 5.5% annual interest rate compounded annually. In Part A, we want to know in Part A, we want to know how much Frank should withdraw every year if he wants his retirement fund to last for 20 years. Now, this problem is a little unrealistic in that we are going to assume Frank is making annual withdrawals. In a real-world scenario, it's probably going to be more like monthly withdrawals, but nonetheless, we'll work the problem as it's written. So, the PV is the amount in the retirement fund when Frank retires, and that's $350,000. Future value is going to be 0. When he makes the last withdrawal, the account should be empty. PMT is what we want to find. We want to find annual payments, the size of Frank's annual payment. And the annual interest rate is 0.55%. Now, I'm going to use the TVM solver to solve this. Part A is easy enough to do using the formulas. However, Part B is going to be a little bit tricky to solve using the formulas, so we're going to use the TVM solver on both. Okay, so T is 20. We want the fund to last for 20 years. And that means N is also 20. Okay, so plugging these variables, these values into the TVM solver and then solving for payment, we find out that the amount that Frank should withdraw every year is $29,287.77. So in Part B, we ask, well, let's say that Frank decides that that's not enough money and that he really wants to be able to withdraw $35,000 every year. The question now is, how many years will his fund last? So PV is still the same. There's still just as much money in the account, $350,000. Future value is still 0. The payments here we are assuming are $35,000. We're still assuming annual payments, and then the interest rate is the same. But we want to know how long the account will last under this scenario. So we plug into the TVM solver, and then we solve for N, and we get back 14.91. Since we're working on an annual basis in this problem, that is a number, that N is actually the number of years, so we get 14.91 years. We weren't given any specific instructions regarding rounding, but basically suffice it to say that Frank's account will last nearly 15 years, but not quite. In the 15th year, he will be able to withdraw almost his entire $35,000 payment, but not quite the whole thing.